Hi, this is Dave Kline for RAPTR Adventures. In this episode, we are going out on the Gambler, deep sea fishing. We're going on the 36-hour captain's favorite tour of the sea in search of yellowfin tuna, mahi mahi, anything that we can pick up out there. Plan is to go fish in the flats on the way out, offshore of Point Pleasant, New Jersey, of course in the Atlantic Ocean, and then we are going to head toward the Hudson Canyon or any place that we can find favorable conditions. So this is the Gambler. As we're walking up in a moment, you are going to hear and see Captain Bob. Great guy. I was out with him once earlier in the year on a togathon after tog, and we had a great time.
The most important thing about this trip, guys, is your safety. So make sure you're wearing boots on deck. We have to hose the decks down because of the blood and stuff. We don't want anybody to slip. So make sure you're wearing waterproof boots on deck. So after we check out the flats, we will probably go right out to the canyon wall somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. There's a lot of good water out there, but the last couple trips, it hasn't been that good at nighttime. But that could change. I'm going to be hearing from a couple boats coming back. So we'll get some more information on that. I'm not sure when we get out there if we'll be drifting or anchored. My guess is we'll probably be anchored. It depends on how much wind. Personally, I like to drift because I like to cover ground, but it changes, you know. So we'll just have to see what it's like when we get out there. Guys, you're on a 36-hour trip. Do your best to get some rest on the way out. It's a long, long time to be at the rail. And you want to be at the rail as much as you can because we don't know what time the bite's going to be. I would say a time, but it's just been changing so much. On the flats, it's definitely a daytime bite. It hasn't been so much of a nighttime bite. So, you know that part. And we probably, if the fishing's not good at the canyon wall, we could hit the flats going out and then coming back in again. We have enough time to do both.
Yeah, we was just saying that. Warmer. Well, here we are below the deck of the Gambler. Say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, okay. These are the sleeping accommodations. We got to make it through one night, guys.
Yeah.
Right? One night down here. I'm in there. I have no idea how I'm going to crawl in there, but well, I get it. All right. And there's some guy sleeping in the mid deck, and there's some guy sleeping above deck. Let's go up and take a look. Oh. So as you can see here, as I spin around, the Gambler has a galley where they can serve you fresh food if you want and beverages. And of course, there's plenty of space in there to relax and have lunches and take breaks, which I did plenty of. So here I just wanted to share some of the beauty of the Point Pleasant Inlet with you. It's a gorgeous inlet. We were leaving, of course, the sun was up just about an hour or so, and we were off and out there and headed out to the flats. I really have to give this captain credit. I'll say it a lot in this video. He had to go with plan B and sometimes plan C, I think, to make things happen. We got out there, you can see we started fishing in the flats. This captain wanted us to catch fish. He gave it his all. Meanwhile, here's what the chum looks like. They're throwing chum out. There's a mate off the side of the boat there throwing chum out to attract fish. They call that with tuna fishing chunking, in case you've never heard that. And if you've heard it, well, then you know what it is, chunking. And then here we have the Mexican sardines and the butterfish. Same sardines you'd eat in a can from the store. These are good bait. And then, as if we had all signed up for the bonus plan, look at these whales. We found a pod of whales, and they stayed with us for a long time. Matter of fact, it was either 2 pods of whales or 1 pod that followed us around. So we were treated to a spectacle of whale play. You can hear them blow if you listen closely, and wow, just wow, it's fantastic. I'll let you just listen and enjoy this. Oh, neat. I asked for permission to go up into the wheelhouse and talk to the captain. He granted me that permission, and here he was with this chart. Turns out that where we were headed in the Hudson Canyon, the water temps had dropped to like 61 to 64 degrees, and he was looking for water that was more like 71 degrees. So this guy, he worked. He used logic, reasoning, any data he could get to put us on fish, and he did it. He got us on tuna.
Hey, Captain Bob, tell us what the plan is right now.
We tried in on the flats where we've been having some success the last couple weeks. In shallower water inshore of the Hudson Canyon. But this time, even though the whales were around and even though we did read some tuna fish and saw some bait fish on the fish finder, it didn't work out this time. We tried 1, 2, 3, 4 drifts there right amongst the whales.
Yeah, the whales were neat. That was really nice.
Right where they should be. They were humpback whales. And it looked just like the last time we were out. The only difference is the water is 3 or 4 degrees cooler than it was the last time we were out.
So will those whales hang around the same spot like that, more or less?
As long as they have something to eat.
Okay.
The whales are feeding on sand eels, which the tuna will also feed on.
Yeah.
So now we're going to head out another 40 miles to the canyon wall.
Okay.
And we got to decide if we're going to anchor up or drift. So we can see, if you look at this chart here, this is a satellite picture. This is the Hudson Canyon here. This is the Tom's Canyon where a couple boats just came back from. They said it was a real rough night. One boat caught 9 fish there, the other boat didn't catch anything. And last week there were some fish caught here, and the water looks pretty warm. You can see, like right here.
Yeah.
This is the canyon wall.
So is that a real-time chart you can get by, downloading it from somewhere? Or?
I have a subscription to a company.
Gotcha.
But if it's cloudy out like today, you're not going to get a picture.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
And there's some services that would like have a chart like this with what they think where the water would be. They take a picture and then they think, okay, well, this water should have moved down here according to our calculations with current. But that's not always so accurate.
So you say we're either going to drift or we're going to anchor up. Now, what will inform your decision to do that?
I don't know. I think I'll just make up my mind when I get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. It's been great so far. Really fantastic.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll get you some fish.
Especially your son-in-law here. He sings and everything. Not only does he do the mate stuff, but he sings. All right.
Rock on.
So those of us who were fishing went downstairs or wherever our bunks were, and we just chilled out for a couple hours while we motored out to the canyon. As it turned out, Captain Bob was 100% right. The Hudson Canyon, where we thought we'd try first, the water temperatures were just too low. So he took a chance, took a risk, made an educated guess, used all that skill and talent that he's acquired through the years. And by the way, this is why you want to go out with a good captain who really wants to put you on fish, not just take you on a boat ride. He used all of that and he put it together going to Tom's Canyon. And so we got out to Tom's Canyon, bam, started catching fish right away. Just fantastic. And here's a mahi, first mahi on, beautiful fish.
Straight down off the corner of the stern.
Here, take this, Chris.
Wait, I got it.
I am all right. He's got a mahi. Nice mahi.
It's big. Oh my gosh.
Oh. They freaking jump off the line like it's nobody's business.
He's on there yet.
Now here you're going to see how the mates earn their tips. These guys tried one gaff, it didn't work, so they quick switched gears and got another one.
Give me that other gaff. Give me the bluefish gaff.
No, not that one. Not that one.
Yeah, that's right here. Yeah, he flipped off that big boy.
Yeah. The mahi's the hardest fish to gaff there is. Sorry, Chuck. We'll get him for you. There you go, Joey. Got him. Oh, yeah.
That is a sweet mahi.
Nice dolphin. Nice dolphin.
And no sooner was that one landed than another one came up the side of the boat.
Mahi on the deck.
And they're slippery, not easy to handle.
Here you go, hold it up. Nice.
This is what it looks like in the black skies of the ocean 86 miles offshore as you're fishing. It's really amazing. Oh, and just like that, another fish on. This one was a shark you have to watch carefully.
There he is.
Oh my God.
Big shark.
Try and wrap it around the
And just as the mates were figuring out what they were going to do with it, it got off.
What is it?
It was a fish eye, but I stopped reeling because I had that rod in the wind.
Well, you caught a bunch of fish tonight already, though.
Oh, I still here.
Okay.
So Edwin here is one of these guys. I've seen him on other fishing trips. He's fun to be around. He loves his fishing. He gives you the enthusiasm and the spirit that makes you want to stay at the rail even when you're dead tired. And he was out there. He caught a good number of fish. He also made a great ceviche. I'll show it to you later on. You know, you'd think that a big shark like that lurking in the waters would scare off the rest of the fish, but nope. The guys kept catching mahi one after the next. Here they come. More delicious eating coming aboard.
There you go.
And I have to give big kudos to Captain Bob and the entire crew. We went out to sea. We went out to the Hudson Canyon, about 86 miles out. Didn't find the right water temperatures, so the captain pressed on, and we ended up in Tom's Canyon. And this is where tuna started hooking up. I was asleep by this time. You can see there aren't many guys left at the rail. We were sleeping, but this is 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, I heard thumping on the deck. We were on tuna.
based on the order in which they booked the trip. So we're gonna look up Rich Bitterly on this. Rich just caught a nice tuna. He's number 22.
Number 22, okay.
So we use a Tyvek tag. Put the zip tie through the Tyvek tag. Write his number on it. Now the tuna has been bled. We make a small cut right here along the lateral line that bleeds the tuna out. We also use a brain spike. So this tuna's in the final stages, so the brain spike kills it. And then we use the hose to flush out the chunks and cool down the meat.
All right.
Then we'll pack it in ice, a nice slushy ice bath. So, but this is a nice yellowfin. It's probably 35 pounds.
How big did the yellowfin get?
We've had fish up to 90 pounds this month.
90-pound
90
yellowfins.
Yeah.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yeah.
What side of the boat did that come in on? Starboard or port?
It seems like the starboard side has caught all the fish so far. That's right, lid fell. And we're gonna dive the tuna into the slush bath, and all the fish we kind of work and push down.
Just like so.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep, you get it like a bullet. You dive them down into the slush. Ready? Let's throw this on top.
Mahi.
That's how you take care of your fish.
Yeah. Fantastic. Got a bin full of fish here. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Gotta take care of your fish.
So I fished a little bit. I didn't have any luck in that particular bite, and I went down to lay down. I no sooner laid down than I heard, tuna, tuna, and I ran upstairs and they had just gaffed one in.
Dragging the tuna. So yeah, we try to gaff them up here so that we don't ruin the loins.
Yeah.
So,
And off it goes, back to the ice bath. And that's the way it went through the night. A fish here, a fish there, a tuna here, a mahi there. It was really interesting and exciting. And of course, the guys were working hard. Some of these guys stayed out almost all night long. As I said, I couldn't do it. I didn't have the right stuff to stay there at the rail that whole time. But these guys, they persevered and they did a fantastic job. And at one point, we're going to get 2 tuna on here at the same time. We'll lose one, but we'll get the other one. At this point, I focused on this gent. Here we are on the Gambler, catching yellowfin tuna, and this guy almost had his to the boat. So I wanted you to see that, as much of that experience as you could. This is the second of 2 yellowfin this particular gentleman pulled in. He was having a great session. And this one, I think, weighed in at 60 pounds. As a matter of fact, both of his fish weighed in at 60 pounds. We'll see that later on toward the end of the video. We'll see the weigh-in. You won't miss it, don't worry. But look at the bend in the rod. You can see the effort that's going into this. And this video is edited, so you don't see all of the battle, but it lasted for a long time before the mate standing aside of him even thought about getting the gaff. And what you're going to see toward the end here is that the fish goes into the typical tuna spiral, which means it starts circling, and then they'll wait for it to circle when it's really tired, and then they'll gaff it at just the right moment and bring it on board. So watch for all of these things. It's interesting and a lot of work.
Did they lose that one back there? How deep do you think you were?
About 100 feet.
100 feet.
So he was chunking at about 100 feet below the surface. And that's what we were doing throughout the trip, testing different depths. And of course, we got some intel from the fish finders and stuff. The captain could say, hey, they look like they're down 50 feet or 100 feet or whatever. But now you see the mate's getting the gaff, and we're getting ready to try and bring this fish up onto the deck. What you're going to see now is the interesting spiral pattern that a tuna does when it's getting near to the boat and it gets tired. It'll start swimming in a circle. And, you know, the deckhands know this, and they're going to get ready to go ahead and bring the fish aboard for this lucky fisherman. Let's watch.
There it is. No, you got color. You can see it. powerful fish. Yes, good job.
Yellowfin.
Good job, man.
With the wind blowing and the waves washing up against the side of the boat, managed to land that fish, and we managed to land several more. You could hear the classic rock we were listening to all night long, a little Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven there. And it's kind of funny because the very first big fish we caught, the first big Mahi Mahi, Eric Clapton's version of Crossroads was playing. It was awesome. It was like somebody actually put a soundtrack to the experience we were having. And throughout it all, I would watch different fishermen using different techniques. Some were chunking, some were using jigs, others were using popper baits like this gentleman here that came from Japan, from what I surmised in talking to him. He was using a popper there, he caught himself a tuna, and they were hitting on everything we were throwing at them. Now, one of my other favorite things to do when we're out and about is look at the sea life. We saw the whales earlier. Now we see these seabirds. These seabirds live most of their lives just out here in the water, just hanging out, riding the wind, riding the waves, looking for a little bit of food, looking for some action, I guess, with other birds so they can keep on going. But in any case, it's really great to be able to just stop and take a look and take a listen at what Mother Nature's throwing at you out there. It's really the pause that refreshes, in my opinion. And one of the other things that I really enjoy going on these trips is listening to the guys talk and listen to the fishing stories and sharing fishing stories. And here they are after, a good 24 hours or so of fishing, still going at it, still talking. There's Edwin over there to the left telling stories. And here's a gentleman I met from New York City. And, we had great talks and conversations, and he agrees with me. Now here is Edwin's ceviche that he made. It was fabulous. It was a tilefish and shrimp ceviche. And I love ceviche, which is basically fish that's been cooked with the method of using like lime juice or citrus acid instead of the regular traditional cooking methods. Fabulous.
Okay, well now we have the journey back. About an 8-hour journey to get back from Tom's Canyon where we were fishing for those yellowfin. And so people are now resting up after 24, 30 some hours of fishing and getting rocked about and having all that adrenaline from catching those yellowfin and mahi mahi. Mostly everybody except, of course, the captain and some of the mates are kind of getting some shut-eye. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon here on the 17th of October, 2024. And we'll show you the fish when we get back into port. I'm sure they'll be cleaning them for the guys. So again, I'm glad you're with us.
No, this one.
That one there looks like it.
Yeah. Hey, let's see how much of it.
We're going to do the weigh-in now to see who won the pool for the biggest tuna caught. Here.
Sheridan, help me with the lift here. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Got it.
Nope, we gotta make it shorter. Here, bring it up. Bring it up.
While they're setting up the scale, let's just take a look at the quality of this fresh caught yellowfin tuna. Folks, you can shop at the best seafood stores and the best restaurants and so forth, but in my opinion, it's still not going to be as amazing as a tuna that's properly caught, bled, and iced down like these guys did on the Gambler.
Weight on this fish is 59.96. 26. Number 21 is 21. John Nemeth with 2 fish today. John Nemeth. 59.96.
Oh!
62.2. Different scale used. Put John's back up on here. 62.2. Let's throw John's back up on here too. John Nemeth. 59. 60 even.
60 even.
Rich Bitterly out of nowhere.
What about his other fish?
I can skin him up. I can run a trot on.
Now we gotta send the scales down the drain.
John is 62.2 is Joe. Knock Joe's hat off.
Right there. You wanna laugh? 60 equal.
60 even.
Both fish are 60 pounds.
Ortiz took his fish.
Yeah, sure.
So the winning fish was 62 pounds.
62 pounds. Rich Bitterly.
Hey, Rich, congratulations, man.
Rich.
Our resident.
Mine was big, I just didn't hook it.
Sure you did.
I didn't hook it.
Thank you.
Yep. We're good. Chris is going to go ahead and award the pool money.
Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
Take care. Take care. Take care.
Hey, Walt, what's happening?
Good job, man. Good job. Nice pool win there.
Yes, thank you. Welcome.
I am sensitive to the fact that some people get squeamish seeing blood on deck after a fish is gaffed or seeing a fish being cleaned like this, but I wanted to show you the end result, the quality of the meat here when you catch it fresh out of the ocean. This is as good as it gets. Tuna tenderloin.
Okay, friends, so here we are like 2 days later, 36 hours later, whatever you want to call it, however you want to measure it. It was certainly a interesting and adventurous time out to sea on the Gambler with Captain Bob, mate Chris, and the rest of the mates. It was great. Weighing in the tuna. Good tuna taken out of here today. Yellowfin. It's going to be a lot of great eating. Most of these people stayed up like all 36 hours and were fishing the whole time. I couldn't. I lost it. I needed to like take a break after like 20 hours. But in any case, do yourself a favor. Come down here and go out with the family-run, family-owned and operated Gambler. I'm going to tell you, you're going to have a fabulous time, and you'll never regret it. So check them out as soon as you can and get your own adventure out of Point Pleasant, New Jersey on the Gambler. This is Dave Kline for RAPTR Adventures saying thanks for watching. See you next time.